Hey, what is up guys? How's it going? This is Fergie here, back for another video, and today we are going to be starting the As Promised Die Guide series. Now, one thing I will note real quickly is that some of the achievements are being a little sketchy. For example, if I show you here Warlord Red, we'll look at the achievement. Earn the rank of Warlord in the Alliance War. I have not done anything in Cyrodiil up to this point, and I have this die unlocked. So some of them are going to be weird like that. You might even have some dies unlocked that you haven't exactly earned. But for the most part, you will be getting everything correctly. Also, there are some weird achievement progress flaws, but those are just small little bugs, and I'm sure they'll be fixing those here pretty soon. So today we are going to be starting out with some easier to earn dies. Now, playing through the Ebonheart Pact, I have earned different dies than you will earn just playing through the Alderaar Dominion or Daggerfall Covenant. Now, obviously these are just area specific, but today we're going to be mostly looking into common, which are the dies you're going to be mostly earning at first anyway. So I'm going to show you guys how to get a few of the very easy to earn dies, colors that you still may want to use even though they might not be as exciting as some of the other ones, and we'll just kind of go from there. So the first one we're going to be looking at is Fighters Guild Red. Now, Fighters Guild Red is a very easy to earn die. All you have to do is simply find the Fighters Guild in your very starting city. So, for Ebonheart Pact, you will be in Davon's Watch, and the Fighters Guild is located right there. Daggerfall Covenant is here, and for the Alderaar Dominion, I believe is this city right here, and it's right there. So, find the Fighters Guild, and go ahead and go on inside. And as you enter, you will instantly notice that there's a quest in here. Obviously, I've already done it on this character. But when you enter the Fighters Guild, you will be given a quest to kind of start their quest line and go through the story of the Fighters Guild, etc. The old guild master has mysteriously passed away, and there is a new guild master, and there's also a lot of other problems. Basically, the Fighters Guild is trying to deal with the Dark Anchors of Malak Bal. So all you have to do is take this first quest and enlist in the Fighters Guild, and you will be granted Fighters Guild Red. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Now, obviously, this die could be a little darker. It actually looks a little pinkish, but I think it might be good for a secondary color or a tertiary. Probably not a primary because it does look kind of pink, even though it says red. Obviously, it's a little duller version of a red. So this is actually probably pretty useful if you're using it as a secondary. Now, for our next color here, we're going to be looking at Jute Green. Now, to earn Jute Green, all you have to do is harvest some crafting materials out in the wild. This can be for mining, this can be for clothing, or this can be for woodworking. You can even collect some things for alchemy, etc. Now, obviously I have a little more progress on this achievement than is needed, but I'm fairly certain all you need to do is collect 10 materials out. So you'll see here that I've found a water hyacinth, I believe is how it's pronounced. And this is for alchemy, and this is just one of the many things you'll be able to collect. Obviously, this is a more high-level plant, but if you're also running around in the world, you can also pick up logs off of trees, or find some ore out in the open, or collect these specific plants needed for crafting light armor. So this is what Jute Green looks like, and it actually is kind of a turquoise sort of color. You can tell there's definitely some blue in it, and jute is actually a material that is used for crafting light armor very early on in the game. But it's actually not a bad green, and I think if you combine this with another color, maybe even black, it might come out looking pretty cool. Now, obviously, you won't have black unlocked right off the bat, but yeah, I don't think that looks too bad, honestly, and you can definitely mix and match with some of the other dyes you earn. Next up, we're going to be looking at Amethyst Violet, and to earn this die, all you have to do is simply research a trait on any weapon or piece of armor. Now, to research, for those of you who don't know what researching is, you have to first find a weapon in the world that has something on it like infused, or you'll see I have some armor here with more infused, well-fitted, divines, well-fitted, precise. All of these are little kind of buffs that will affect how your items perform. As you can see, my daggers here have crit, My chest has reduced sprint cost. My head has increased armor enchantment, etc. These are all researchable traits. Now, research works in a way where you can only put a trait on an item if you have researched that exact item. So, for example, if I find a plate chest with infused on it, and then I research it, I can only put infused on a plate chest. So that's kind of how that works, and all you have to do is find a piece of armor out in the world, bring it to a blacksmithing or a woodworking or any kind of station, and simply research it. You can see here I have a girdle. I'm going to learn reinforced. And there we go. So in 6 hours, I will be able to put reinforced in any other belt. And I will also earn amethyst violet. Now, I for one am a big fan of the color purple, and of course this purple is not exactly a dark kind of purple like this purple, but it's a little bluish actually, and I kind of like that. I think it would go well with a lot of colors. You could even combine this with jute green and get some very interesting colors going. Now, my armor doesn't really work with a lot of different kinds of colors, but if you're wearing light armor or maybe even some kind of heavy armor, it would actually probably come out looking pretty nice. And I think this is a pretty cool shade of purple, and it would go with a lot of things. Next up, we have Volunteer's Iron. Now, this is unlocked by volunteering in the Alliance War in Cyrodiil. Now, this is a very easy to earn achievement. All you have to do is simply go to your menu, go to Alliance War, which is also L, and enlist. Now, I've already enlisted, but what you're going to want to do is find a campaign. Obviously, there's only one up right now, Thornblade. They've changed the campaigns to where they don't last like 90 days anymore. They're a little bit shorter, which I think is a good thing. But you're going to join a campaign and simply enter Cyrodiil. And from doing this, you will earn the achievement and unlock the die. Now, this is a very good shade for anybody who wants to use white on their armor. Now, this is almost solid white, which is very good because there aren't, I believe it is almost, okay, there are a couple whites under rare, but this is still very close to solid white, and that's really cool. It actually changes sage on the chest a little bit and everything, but honestly, if you even want to go all white, that looks pretty neat. And this is probably the easiest die to earn in the game. All you have to do is just enter Cyrodiil. You don't even have to kill anybody or do anything. You can join and leave if you really want this die, and there you go. You got solid white. The last die we're going to be looking at today is Dolmen Deep Blue. Now, this one out of the 5 I have showed you already is going to be the hardest. Now, to earn this, you will simply need to destroy 10 dark anchors from Cold Harbor. So, if you're starting this game, you won't know what dark anchors are. Well, actually, you probably will, even if you just exit the tutorial. But a dark anchor is an anchor from Cold Harbor that it's kind of like a big boss battle. And here's one located right here. I have them all over my original Ebonheart Pact area over here. And you'll basically have to fight a lot of waves of enemies and send the anchor back up to Cold Harbor. These are a lot of fun, and after you complete 10 of these, you will earn the die. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like real quick, so I'm going to head on over to one and tear it up. So here we are at this dark anchor. As you can see, it's just coming up now. One little tip: most of the time, you will not be able to solo these dark anchors. The enemies are going to be very powerful, and there are going to be a lot of them. So taking all of them down is going to be quite a feat by yourself. That's why I'm taking out this much easier one here. Let's see. I've got a level 17 with me. And here we go. So dark anchors basically just work. They come in waves, and they'll typically get harder and harder, and eventually you will take all the enemies down and close these little pinions that are on the corners here. As you can see, this one just opened. I can let it go. And at the very end of this, there will be a big boss for all of us to take out. Now, these enemies are going down very fast, like I said, so most of the time you'll want to have some friends come this with you, or post in zone chat or something, just so you're not running into a suicide experience. But I've got 6 people with me here, so even if I was at their level, we would be pulling this off pretty easily. Fortunately, there's not enough damage output to kill all of us spread out like this, so it's a good strategy to go with, and usually these go down fairly easily because a lot of people want to take them out. And now there will be even more reason to to earn the dies. So. Alright, so here comes our big boss, and these are, from what I understand, random. Sometimes you'll get something real special, and sometimes you'll just get some upgraded elite mobs, like these that you see here. And there we go, it's game over for this Dark Anchor, and all we have to do now is hit this central pinion and take it down. So it goes back up to Cold Harbor. And we get a chest at the end of every Dark Anchor as well. Or maybe not. Okay, no chest. That's the first time that's happened to me. But yeah, so that's going to be it. Now that is just one Dark Anchor. So what you're going to have to do is either stay at the same one 10 times or move around and take out multiple in order to earn this die. But I think it's a pretty cool one and it's worth it. And throughout playing through the game, you will earn quite a few dies. I mean, not dies. You'll take out quite a few Dark Anchors just automatically, kind of adventuring around. You'll see some, and they're usually worth it because there is good loot in them, and you get to work with some people, and the group content is always fun. So here is Dolmen Deep Blue, and I am also a huge fan of the color blue, and this is pretty cool looking actually. Now my armor is pretty metallic, so it has a nice shine to it, but this blue is going to look cool on anything really, especially if you combine it with maybe a lighter color or maybe a more neutral color like white or black or something, maybe even purple or something like that. Just kind of depends on what you want your armor to look like. So that is going to be the last die that I'm going to show you guys today. Real quick, I am going to show you what you can kind of create out of your armor with all of these 5 dies that I just showed you. So what I've done here is kind of a red, white, and blue America themed kind of die set. I did try to throw in some purple here, and you can really, if you have colors that kind of go with what you have already, it really doesn't look too bad. I didn't use Jude Green in this design. Obviously, you really don't want to use all 5 of these colors at once. I tried to kind of mix up what colors I was going for exactly. So green, red, white, blue, and purple doesn't always look great, but if you do want to do the red, white, and blue design, you can just go all, oh, whoop, not the right color. You can just go all out with that right there, and that actually, I kind of like how that looks. That is actually really nice looking. So I'm gonna actually save this set. Red, white, and blue. That wasn't what I was going for, but I'm going to save what this looks like, and if you guys like this design, you can go for that as well. Obviously, you might not have these armor pieces that I have, but it'll probably look good on just about anything. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was a very informative video. I hope this helped for those of you who are starting to go out and earn all those dies for your gear. When they put dies in, I was really excited, and it's just as good as I thought it was going to be. So I'll be making plenty more of these. I thought I just wanted to start easy and show you guys some of the easier to earn ones, and eventually we'll be working our way up to even the harder ones. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped. Go out there and make your own designs and everything, and I will see you all next time.